have a touch the pad. Everybody in the world fused. Yeah. Now then, crew, and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now, my sincere apologies, there haven't been any videos go out for the last 2 or 3 weeks because, well, Andy's been really busy, and this is my busiest time of year at work, at my day job. As you can appreciate, I don't do Andy Mechanic every single day of the year. That would be fantastic if I could afford that, but it's never going to happen. Well, I say never, it's not going to happen for a while anyway. So, back in the workshop, yes, there's been lots going on. I've done very little in the last couple of days because I've been working on an ROV and one of Ben's bikes, emergency repairs. Prior to that, I was down the South Island, and prior to that, I did get some work done in the workshop, and you might spot, just up there, look, some Airline stuff. So I'll do a little tour of the workshop shortly and show you what I've done so far. And it's all work in progress, and yes, the wall, this wall here, that the partition wall is still there between the two sort of garages. Steel work will be arriving in a few weeks, and I'll be on the MIG for a few weekends, you know, putting it all together. But I've worked out exactly what I'm going to do. Yes, I will fill you in. No, it won't be on this particular video. First of all, a good friend of mine, one of the viewers to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel, Simon Rawle, R-A-W-L-E. Hopefully I've spelled it right. Sorry, I've pronounced it right, Simon. He has sent me, now has it got his return address on there? No, it hasn't, so we're all good. He has sent me something through the post, and it says on the outside, 1 bottle of cider. Now that is fantastic, so we're going to open this up very shortly. So we're going to need the knife. Oh, I'm filthy, I've been working all day long and all day yesterday pretty much. Right, so we've got the dangerous knife. Now, Simon tells me on his Facebook message there's a note inside behind this label, so let's take a look. Oakley dokley. Right, surgeon time. I think this is where he means the note is. Now, this knife's really blunt at the moment because we've been cutting all sorts of stuff with it. I do enjoy getting stuff in the post. Right. Well, it's pretty thick. Maybe this is the note. Could be. Simon will be sat there watching this going, yes, 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 keep going, Andy, you're going the right way. Oh. Yeah, right, well, we've got some stuff going on. But, I can't really show you that bit. Okay, that's fine, don't you see that bit? Right, this, I think, is the note that Simon was talking about. Now, obviously, I've just got to check for his return address. Isn't on there. Ah, right, we're all good. Okay, I'm back. Now, Simon says, Andy, hope you enjoy a bottle of my favourite cider from the UK. Be warned, it's a bit strong. 8.2% for cider is pretty good going. Also, seeing as you have moved into your own workshop, which I have, this is the first workshop I've been in that I've actually owned, I have included something to make it your own small piece of Yorkshire in New Zealand. What a bloke. Okay, well, it's time to open the parcel proper and see what's inside. Alright, time to cut my fingers open. Where do you begin? This feels like a squidgy end. Let's try this end. See what's going to happen. Yes, always cut towards myself. Yes, I've cut myself many times. Okay. Just feels weird cutting away from yourself, doesn't it? Ooh, things are looking good. Okay, right. So we should have in here a bottle of cider. Oh, no checks. Damn. Okay, and we've got... Very careful now, because this looks like something that he sent me rather than just wrapping. What have you sent, Simon? Okay. I reckon this will be the cider. Now, don't drop it on the bench, Andy, because it'll smash into 1,000 pieces. Holy moly! Henry Weston's vintage cider. Never heard of that. Better find out what it tastes like, I reckon. And Yorkshire born and proud of it. 5 foot by 3 foot. Holy moly! Let's take a look at that too. Right, first job, open the cider. Jeez, here we go. Ha! Good old 10 screwdrivers. Well, Simon, cheers, mate. Looking forward to this. Yeah, that's good. Herefordshire vintage cider. You're a good man. Right, now, what's this? Is it a flag? I don't know. It's bloody big anyway. I'm going to step back from the camera with this one. What does it say? Now, that's backwards to me, so is it right way for you? Yeah, Yorkshire born. There you go, look. Yorkshire born. I'm proud of it. Fantastic. Cheers, Simon. I'll find a home for that. God, it's going to take up so much room. Right, I did clean the bench earlier on, so it should stay clean. Excellent. Now, hang on, cider. Okay, we've got a few bits and pieces here. I want to show you about the Airline. Because, you know, when you set up a new workshop, you've got so many choices. Not just about where things are going to go, but how you're going to do stuff. Now, I've got all the wiring to sort out. Because the MIGs, when I bought the MIG, it's a Murex MIG. I think it's a 265 amp single phase, which is about one of the biggest MIGs, or if not the biggest single phase MIG that Murex made at the time. And I've had that MIG about 20 years. And it's never ever let me down. That's how reliable it is. Would I buy another Murex? Definitely. Okay, so Airline stuff. At the old workshop, all we had was an air compressor outside, plumbed into one of those retractable reels, and then we just sort of moved it around wherever we needed it. I thought, well, I need to do something a bit more permanent for this workshop and make it a bit more accessible, so the Airlines are sort of off the floor as much as possible, because it was a real pain moving the camera around on the trolley and that kind of stuff. So we've still got the retractable reel. That's outside, very useful when you're working out in the yard, blown up tyres and stuff, and for the windy guns. But I wanted to have some kind of permanent you know, Airline hose and fittings here in the workshop. To power the hoist, which is down there on the floor at the moment. Been using that earlier on today. And there's a little shop sandblasting cabinet, and there's other bits and pieces that we need to use. So I went down, and this isn't a plug. I went down to Machinery House. Now, I've used them a few times in the past. I bought the crane scales from them when we were testing the glue strength about a year ago with Toolgirl Sam. And super helpful, so I've kept going back. And I went to go and see a lad called Ryan, and he was super helpful. He says, look, Andy, the old school fittings we had here in New Zealand are these ones, that sort of style there, look, and they have a really small bore size, and of course that does restrict flow. And we've got the tyre machine here with the bead breaker on it, and that really needs quite a lot of air real quick to break the beads. And I did notice at the last workshop it was pretty slow. So I thought I need to do something to improve how quickly that bead breaker works. So he said, look, you want to go for these high flow fittings, and there's an example of a female. So there's a fly. Obviously high flow series, that's the female fitting with the female thread on it. And they're not cheap, that's the part number there. I did spend about $500 on Airlines and fittings and bits and pieces, and no, I haven't actually got enough. I've still got a few more of the fittings to go on the air tools to buy. I didn't buy enough of those. But just to compare those two bore sizes, yeah, look, it's probably about twice the flow on the new style fittings. And I must admit, after I plumbed everything up, instantly there were no leaks. And normally there's the odd leak here and there when I'm doing an Airline system on it. But this time around, 0 leaks. It was bloody perfect. And I made up quite a few of my own hoses, and for the first time, rather than using Jubilee clips and stuff, I bought these sort of crimp type fittings, and I was a bit dubious, and I just used a pair of side cutters, a pair of blunt side cutters to nip up the corners, and I'll show you, a finished one very shortly, but I think we're probably about time to have a little wander around the workshop to show you what I've done. It's a great system for me. It's done. Yes, I could have gone the whole hog and put in steel pipe work and cut it all to length and threaded it and put the T-pieces in and stuff, but in all honesty, I just don't need to go that far. And between you and me, this workshop is actually a stepping stone. It's not going to be the final workshop, though I probably will film in this workshop, sporadically forever anyway. But the next stage, now that I've moved down the line, we call it, about 300 kilometres south of Auckland, we've got a full section garden here, and we're going to put up a massive barn like we used to have in the very first videos that I made. And that barn will allow me to get the Nissan Patrol that I have in there, and all the benches, and a full workshop, and probably 2 or 3 other cars, and all the bikes, and we'll put a mezzanine floor in there, and it'll be bloody awesome. Because at the moment, we really haven't got enough room. This workshop is, all the bikes and all the quads are all outside at the moment, and they've all got to come back in before we can pack up tonight. So when the new workshop's built, then of course we'll go the whole hog, and it'll get the steel airlines and stuff put in. But for this one, what I've done is good enough for me. But give me your opinion. What would you have done in your workshop? Would you have done it to this standard, or would you have gone one step further and put a full bore sort of commercial style airline into your garage? Anyway, one more sip. Man, that's good. Okay, let's take you around the workshop and show you this airline that I've put in. Well, we may as well start on this side. You might see a few changes in the workshop since we did a tour last. We've got some more lights. Look, hang on, put the other lights on. There you go. Hopefully they'll all start. There we go. Look, so we put some more lights down, so the whole side over here. That one will go. It will go. It was working earlier on. We'll come back to that. Okay, so we've got 3 5-footers. It's pretty light, isn't it? Sorry about it's just what fluorescent lights do to your camera. Okay, airline. So we've got here a nice coily, big bore coily, by the way. So we've kept the big bore stuff going on all the time. And listen. Oh, focus. No leaks. And that goes up to a fitting up there. Listen. No leaks. And yes, the air compressor is up to pressure. And a bit of a wheel. That runs round. Up there, look. Comes out through a natural hole in the wood, which is great. Pretty cool. And it runs round. Look at that. It's all very temporary at the moment, but the yellow pipe is the airline. It comes into the workshop just there, look. And there is a T-piece hiding above that beam. And then it goes down here. Down here, look. How's that for a bit of wiring? That's not mine, by the way. It does work, I think. Hang on. Fantastic, but I don't use that. So we'll turn it off without getting electric shock. Anyway, that comes down here, look. Dum 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 dum. Then carries it off. There's another T-piece somewhere. You can see it up there, look, the T-piece. It comes down here. And that one goes outside to the reel. But back, just rewinding back to that T-piece again, if you come down, very short sort of link piece comes down and pan out. Look at that. We've got it going on to a nice coily, which Ben's left on the floor. He's in trouble now. And I had a bit left over on the yellow reels, the yellow pipe, so I made a short extension as well out of that. So I'll show you that crimp while we're on. And you can see there, look, I was really dubious about how well it was going to work, but man, it was brilliant. Yeah, look, some sizes on there, look, 15, 16, 15, 18, and But again, no leaks at all. Very professional. And really quick to do too. So behind there, on the end of here, is like a splined fitting, or a spine fitting. You push that inside the pipe, chuck that on, job done. Dead easy. Obviously, you've got to put the crimp piece on first before you put the fitting on. But this stuff is really good. It's so flexible. It doesn't kink or get crushed or anything like that. It's on there. Look, Real Works flexible hybrid polymer hose, 300 psi, 20 bar. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's way above what I use. I use about 130 psi. So, but it does feel quite soft. So I'm just a bit dubious about how easily it'll get cut. But very easy to work with. Great stuff. And we bought a little mini shot blasting cabinet. There you go. Look at that. You're getting a full tour of the workshop today, aren't you? It's actually, we've used it yesterday to do some calipers off the ROV, and it's bloody good. And believe it or not, that sand in there is sand from Miriwai Beach, just cleaned, and it works great. And it had that in there when I bought it from the second hand, because I bought it second hand, and it works just fine. Very happy with that. So I'll give you a quick pan of the workshop, going round. It's all going to change as soon as this wall comes out in the middle. So that's sort of my, well, that was the welding bench with the pillar drill on. Coming round. You're going to see all sorts now. Oh, I know what I can show you as well. I've got a surprise for you. Okay. So that's the left-hand workshop. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll go around to the other workshop, because it is sort of it feels like two separate workshops at the moment. It's weird. Oh, we got a new sign from the Isle of Man. I bought it years ago and found it when we moved house. So it's gone up in the workshop. Right, so coming down here. Oh, look, see, told you that light would start up. Okay, so any of you that are on Instagram might recognise that cupboard. It wasn't in the old workshop, and it was purchased for a very specific reason. If we look inside, are you ready? There you go. Yeah, the wife wouldn't allow the tool girl gear to be in the house anymore, so we had to have a cupboard. Brilliant. Keeps it all clean and tidy though. Won't be long before it's in use again. Hee hee. Done. And well, that's where I'm filming at the moment. Dum 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 dum. Time for some cider, I think. It's a bit of a strange kind of video today. No repairs. Doing a mail call on my own, which is really odd too. But I felt I had to give you an update, because you'd be all thinking, where is Andy Mechanic? What's going on? Well, like I said before, I have been really busy. I've got a ton of work to do here as regards workshop jobs. Some of them I can't film. I do have some restrictions on what I can and can't film, unfortunately, by my employer. And at the moment, I'm fixing that particular brand of bike, and I can't make any videos on them. But as soon as they're out of the way, I have other jobs to do, and there'll be some videos very soon, hopefully. And hopefully, 2 tool girls. Just wait and see. Okay, crew, well, that's about it. If you've got any questions, comments, whatever it is, stick them down the bottom. Hey, we're a bit too low, aren't we? Hang on. There we are, that's better. Questions, comments, stick them down the bottom, and I'll get back to you. Now, I do know that some people have posted comments recently, and again, I haven't answered every comment. I've just been too busy. I've been really busy driving, doing my job, basically. But now, moving forward, things are going to start to calm down, settle back into a routine, and I'll be knocking out 2 or 3 videos every single week. Promise. So, if you enjoyed it, why not click the like button, comment, I will get back to you, promise. And you'll also find me on Facebook. Oh, I've got the subscribe thing. Honestly, I'm way out of sync. So, if you enjoyed the video, why not click on the subscribe button? You'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon, and then you can tick the box and turn on notifications. Now, friends down at YouTube, well, they'll send you an email as and when I upload any new videos. You'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals, crew, but first point of contact, if you don't mind, down the comments at the bottom on this video. Most helpful, because let's face it, that's where the videos are, and you may, ask a question, I'll answer it, somebody else has got the same question, they'll see the answer, job done. Now, there's also a Patreon page, you can drop onto that, tells you all about the history of the channel, what's up and coming, future projects, there's lots more stuff going on there very soon. And you can become a patron to the channel. You can send through a donation if you like. If you do, much appreciated. It's not compulsory, obviously. If you do, please just send what you can afford. It's not about sending money through and that's going to cause problems at your end. That's not what I want. But if you do send it through, it's much appreciated and will be put to very, very good use. I can guarantee it. The channel's come a long way in the last 3 years since its conception, and I'm looking forward to it moving up, a lot further and developing into, a pretty sizable channel. But who knows? It's all down to you, the viewers. So if you share the videos, that really, really helps. Okay, chaps. Well, one last swig of my cider. Oh, man, that's good. Thank you, Simon. Do appreciate it, mate. Much appreciated. Okay, well, time to go. Until next time, see you around, crew. Over and out. And we get the flick up again.
Oh.
Really.